Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Surprise Thursday. I almost forgot what day of the week it was. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I am presenting you with the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse 3 Jokers Batgirl. Thank you for watching this video, or any of my other videos that you may have run across, which I hope is all of them. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting the channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just to help the channel out further. That's cool too. Or both. That's even cooler. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. And with all that said, let's get into it. And first up, as we normally do here on Digital Caveman Presents, let's take a look at the packaging. And up here on the top we have 22 moving parts, or points articulés, puntos de articulation, Batman 3 Jokers, McFarlane Toys, you know, a little window here on the top to let some light down in and shine on the figure, 12 and up, nice big window showcasing the figure and tons of empty space. DC Multiverse Batgirl. On this side we have Batman 3 Jokers, Batgirl, Batman 3 Jokers, McFarlane Toys, and the Squishy Spawn. On this side, DC Multiverse, Batgirl, McFarlane Toys, and the Squishy Spawn, and a side window to let more light in, I suppose. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, DC print, WB print, made in China print. This thing, and a barcode and symbols I don't know and not gonna learn. On the back, Batgirl, Batman 3 Jokers, nice artwork, which I have learned that this artwork on the back and the cards that come with it are the prototype figures, so that's why there may be some changes from what you see here to what you see here. Each figure comes with a collectible trading card. Collect them all, and there's the cross sale. We have King Shazam the Infected, Wonder Woman, designed by Todd McFarlane, Bat Cycle, Batman Curse of the White Knight, Dr. Fate from Injustice 2, and Batman with Battle Damage, Dark Knight's Metal. Collector card in English only. McFarlane Toys, he's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hashtag McFarlane Toys, and there's an address, made in China, and Squishy Spawn. Alright, my friends, that does it for a look at the standard McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse packaging. And now let's take a look at the figure and her accessories. And first of all, we will start off with the accessories, and I was gonna say the card, but no, let's start with this. Your basic McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse stand, Batgirl's Batarang, and it's yellow. That's how you know it is hers, because it's yellow. A grapple gun, which I'm sure has probably come with a different figure because it is way oversized for her. And the way that they're supposed to hold it in their hands is like, you know, most of the fingers down here and trigger finger up here, and she cannot hold it that way, so pretty oversized. And here we have the card, which is the same photo that was on the back of the packaging. And it's I really like it. It's pretty close. Pretty close. The gray here may be a little darker than it is on the actual figure. Or it may be lighter. I can't really tell. The card is glossy, so. And then it says Batgirl, Batman, 3 Jokers on the back. Batgirl, Batman, 3 Jokers. Data file. Real name, Barbara Gordon. By day, Barbara Gordon is the bookish daughter of Gotham City Police Commissioner Jim Gordon. By night, Barbara dons a cape and cowl as Batgirl. Committed to justice, like her father. I suppose that's supposed to be Batgirl 1? Maybe? I don't know. While her utility belt is equipped with batarangs and other crime-fighting gadgets, her greatest tools are her brilliant mind and her unwavering determination. Batgirl is an expert martial artist and gymnast trained in part by Batman, who's extremely athletic and agile. Her eidetic memory, heightened intelligence, and advanced knowledge of computers make her a natural leader and skilled crime fighter. DC Multiverse. And I bumped the camera again. Batman and all related characters and elements. Copyright and trademark DC Comics, WB Shield. Copyright and trademark WBEL S21. I don't know what all that means. I do know what it means. It means that stuff belongs to DC and Warner Brothers. And there we go. Now let's take a look at the figure. Mine, the leg here got a little warped in the packaging, so later I'm going to take some heat to it and see if I can straighten it out. The other leg seems to be reasonably straight. And of course, you know, this is a pretty good looking figure until you look at the damn side eyes. So I'll have to say, if I ever get to interview Todd McFarlane, I'm going to ask him, why the side eye? Why? I don't know why. Maybe Todd knows why. Because he's the Toddmeister. But anyway, here we go. Black on the cowl and the cape. Or if it's not black, it's really, really dark gray. And then the bodysuit is a dark gray. A little bit darker than the classic colors. But the bat shield, the gloves, the boots, the utility belt, the inside of the cape, all in that classic, at least looks to me, that classic yellow of Batgirl. And, you know, the bats on the boots, you know, that is classic. This version of her is really, really classic looking. I like this style much better than Batgirl of Burnside. But as with most McFarlane toys, the paint apps are really good. Now there's a little bit of paint slop around the edge of the cape. But, you know, most figures have more paint slop than that. So it doesn't really detract from the figure. Unless you're really looking at it, you know, you really don't notice. Nice big bat emblem across the chest. She has the sharp pointy things on her gloves. The utility belt. And you know, some molded detail or sculpted detail in the suit. Parts of it anyway. Mostly the legs. So I'm wondering if this part of the legs isn't reused from something else. Maybe, I don't know. I'm definitely not a McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse expert. I only collect a few that catch my eye. Now let's talk about her articulation. And there goes her head right off, trying to look up. And as you can see in there, there's a ball, and it looks like it's a dumbbell. So there's a ball here and a ball up in the head. And then, uh-oh, looks like some paint slop right there. Luckily, that's covered up when you put the head back on, and you can't see it. So anyway, she can't really look up without busting the head off. She can't really look down that much. Well, that much she can look down, so that's okay. If you pop the head loose, she can do the full exorcist. Otherwise, the hair really gets in the way. She can turn her head about that far and about that far without the head popping loose. Now let's take a look at the shoulder joint, and there's an extra piece in here. Is that... It's not really, well, seems to have a little bit of butterfly joint to it. Her arm will go up that far. We'll do a full 360 degrees, and that piece gets caught up, and then you can see the articulation joint. So maybe that's what this is for, is to just cover up that joint. And if that's all it's for, that's fine too. There's a cut right here at the upper bicep for another 360 degrees of a rotation. There is a double hinged pinned elbow, and it gives you bend for days there. At the wrist, pretty much what we are accustomed to with the McFarlane figures. Up and down, and it'll twist around, and you can adjust stuff so that then you can get in and out. So, you know, that's pretty neat. It just kind of, I wish there was a way that they could do that same amount of articulation with it, but not have that ball kind of breaking up the sculpt. It's a cut right here where the chest meets the torso, and she gets a full 360 degrees of rotation there, along with, whoo, look at that. That's great. And some hula hoopy going on. So there is like articulation for days in there. And then it looks like there might be a, yeah, there is a cut at the waist as well for another 360 degrees. And it's on a ball too, so she gets crunch that far back, or that far forward, that far back. Wow, that's awesome. And then at least the paint on the belt does follow all the way around. For the legs, she gives you that much of the splits. She can, dang it. And she's wanting to fall all apart while I'm trying to get her to do karate kicks. So she can kick forward that far and back about that far. So not a whole lot back, but kind of gets in the way. But you know, that's with most figures. No upper thigh cut for swivel, and doesn't really, this joint, you see how that joint is, there's no swivel at all in there. A double hinged pinned knee, and that is great articulation there, my friends. And then at the ankle, that far down, and it's on that ball just like the wrist. that far up. She does have some toe tilt, and boy howdy, 90 degrees of worth of it. And then she does have a pin, forward facing pin for rocker, so that is awesome. Oh, and another thing about these ball joints, they kind of get, you know, twisted around when you're trying to use the figure. Now let's see how the accessories go. First of all, let's start with a stand, and that peg fits in the hole nicely, no problemo. So see, and so that's pretty cool. Again, I'm not real happy with this accessory. I wish they'd have given her a smaller version of it, but this is what they had, I suppose. But you see how she cannot hold it properly. Well, I guess maybe if I bent that finger up, but I'm kind of scared to do that because it's pretty thin and I don't want it to break off. But you know what, I'm gonna try it anyway, just for the review. And you know what? There we go. Even though it's oversized and it's not really made for her to really hold, I did get her to hold it proper like. Alright, and here we have the Batarang. And you can probably put it like that if you don't mind it falling. You can stick it between her fingers like so. Or you can work at it a little bit and get it full on in her hand. Just like that. And then of course the card just is gonna go in a box somewhere. But there we go, my friends. A look at the figure and her accessories. And now, my friends, we come to my favorite part of a review, the comparisons. And we'll start things off with the McFarlane Toys Injustice 2 Dr. Fate. Yeah, and I know he's kind of jacked up because he's flying. I didn't feel like pulling him off the stand, but you know. Then the figure I should have started with, the Three Jokers, the Joker, the Comedian. So I'm pretty sure this is the one who shot Barbara Gordon in the spine and paralyzed her. And took all those dirty pictures of her bleeding and stuff. And the last McFarlane Toys figure, the DC Multiverse Batman Beyond. Teddy McGinnis is quite tall. And let's see what else we've got here. From the Masterverse, Masters of the Universe Revelation line, we have Teela from the Skip Forward. you know, they were fairly close in size there, I thought. And Tila's good friend, Andra. So there we go. And just for fun, here she is with He-Man. And of course, making his cameo appearance, we have Stan the Man Lee from the Marvel Legends series. From the G.I. Joe Classified series, we have the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. And from Star Wars The Black Series' Archive Wave, we have the 501st Clone Trooper. And that, my friends, does it for the comparisons. For final thoughts on McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman the Three Jokers Batgirl figure. Overall, this figure is great. She has that kind of classic look. I'm sure it matches up with the Three Jokers look as well, but to me, this is just a classic looking Batgirl. And that's the version of the character that I like. You know, a couple of drawbacks on it, which is, you know, the paint slop on the edge of the cape, which is, you know, that's not that bad. The side eye kind of not happy with the side eye at all. But, you know, it's a McFarlane figure, and you pretty much know you're going to get side eye if you can see their eyes, they're going to have side eye. So, I mean, I guess that's his signature for his figure line. I don't know. And the other big drawback for me was just the size of the grapple gun. Not a fan of that. I really wish they had a smaller one that would work a lot better. And it would look a lot better too, in my opinion. Of course, your mileage may vary. The articulation on this particular figure, I mean, I know she has the same points of articulation as all the others, the same 22, but for this one in particular, it really seems to work a lot better. The only way that I think this figure could be improved, other than, you know, fixing the side eye and the paint slop, is if she had pinless elbows and knees. That would be nice. And it would also have been nice if her leg hadn't been, you know, crooked coming out of the package. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. That's stuff that just happens. Again, that should be an easy fix with just a little bit of heat. Other than that, you know, this holds up to... I had two of the Mattel DC Universe classics, Batgirls. One that was the classic with the black and yellow, and then one that was more of the gray and yellow, but in a more realistic style, that came in a 2-pack with Batman that may have been a Target exclusive. It's been a while ago, so I'm not really sure. But overall, if you are a fan of Batgirl, like I'm a fan of Batgirl, you want this figure. You really, really do. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very much for supporting the channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just to help the channel out further, or both. That is totally awesome. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.